Backstage on Raw, welcoming a powerful new alliance that's sending shockwaves through the WWE Universe. In a rare and unexpected moment captured on Netflix, Punk stood side by side with Roman Reigns and a mysterious third figure, an imposing presence cloaked in shadow. This secretive newcomer, whose identity remains a closely guarded secret, joined the legendary duo in what appears to be the rebirth of the Shield. The atmosphere backstage was electric, filled with tension and anticipation as these three icons quietly forged an alliance that could change everything. Seth Rollins' new empire, the rise of the new faction. Raw's opening segment was charged with an intensity that grabbed every fan's attention. Seth Rollins, walking into the arena like a man claiming his kingdom, was flanked by the imposing forces of Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. The commentators barely whispered at first, but the crowd quickly picked up on the seismic shift in energy. Whispers swirled. Could this be the rebirth of the Shield? Paul Heyman, the master of manipulation and theatrics, grabbed the microphone and began to weave a tale of dominance. His voice rang through the arena, dripping with dramatic flair as he introduced his new allies. First came Bronson Reed, described as the strongest superstar WWE had ever seen, a force destined for WrestleMania main events that no one could halt. Next was Braun Breaker, heralded for his unmatched power and speed, the kind of athlete that appears once in a generation. Shocking victories and rivalries, the road to Money in the Bank as tensions rose, the qualifying matches for Money in the Bank intensified. CM Punk stole the spotlight by stunning the crowd, defeating both Dragon Lee and Chad Gable in a display of calculated aggression and ruthless skill. But the night's surprises didn't end there. Rusev made a thunderous return alongside Dominant Force, decimating Akira Tozawa in mere seconds. But Rusev's fury wasn't sated. He unleashed a brutal assault that drew Sheamus rushing to the ring, setting up a high-stakes rivalry poised to explode in the coming weeks. Backstage, the drama simmered. Sami Zayn, caught in the eye of the storm, paced anxiously between whispered commands from Paul Heyman and barking orders from Seth Rollins. Torn between loyalty and survival, Sami found a steadying presence in Justo, who calmly reminded him that his focus must remain on qualifying for Money in the Bank. "I've got your back," Justo assured, lending a layer of trust in an increasingly uncertain environment. Tag team turmoil and rising tensions. Meanwhile, the New Day defended their tag team titles in a brutal triple threat match, emerging victorious but not without scars. Backstage, tensions bubbled to the surface as Justo prepared for his upcoming clash, only to be interrupted by the imposing Gunther. With a cold, sarcastic edge, Gunther congratulated Justo on holding the title but questioned his worthiness. "You became champion by accident," Gunther sneered, promising to rectify that mistake. The stage was set for an epic showdown on Raw before Money in the Bank, a battle for supremacy in the World Heavyweight Championship. Justo, burning with determination, fired back. No longer willing to be doubted or underestimated, he vowed to make Gunther submit and earn his spot in Money in the Bank, solidifying his claim to greatness. The electrifying main event and CM Punk's statement. The night culminated in a triple threat Money in the Bank qualifier, featuring Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Sami Zayn. The match was a whirlwind of near falls, desperation, and raw emotion. Sami Zayn came heartbreakingly close to victory, only to have his hopes dashed by a brutal interference from Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The tide turned, Rollins seized the moment and pinned Balor, securing another step towards domination. As Rollins basked in victory, the crowd exploded, but not in celebration. CM Punk's theme blared through the arena, and in a moment of explosive fury, he stormed the ring, delivering a thunderous GTS that floored Rollins. Punk escaped through the crowd, his eyes locked on his fallen rival. A clear message that the war was far from over. Even Punk knew he couldn't take on this new faction alone. The Mystery Man and the rebirth of the Shield. Backstage footage from Raw revealed a stunning alliance. CM Punk standing shoulder to shoulder with Roman Reigns, sharing serious, unspoken words. Beside them stood the mysterious figure, tall, silent, and dangerous. A wild card whose identity sparked wild speculation online. Fans erupted with theories. Could this be Zilila Fatu, son of Umaga and cousin to Roman, bringing his fierce spirit from the indie scene? Or was it a legendary return, perhaps Dean Ambrose stepping back into the fray for one last run with the Shield? The idea of Punk, Roman, and this unknown enforcer forming a new incarnation of the iconic Shield has ignited the WWE Universe's imagination. The brewing storm. Lines drawn, war declared. Seth Rollins may have Paul Heyman and his monsters, but he's facing a storm the likes of which he may never have encountered. Jay Justo's fiery resolve to prove himself against Gunther and earn a Money in the Bank spot added another combustible element. The stage was set, alliances forming, lines drawn, and a war simmering just beneath the surface. The battle between CM Punk and Seth Rollins was far from finished. Roman Reigns remained a looming presence, watching, waiting, and ready to strike. The mysterious third man lingered in the shadows, the key to tipping the scales. When the final confrontation comes, it won't just be a match, it will be a reckoning. The WWE Universe stands on the edge of chaos, ready for an explosion unlike any other. Stay tuned. The war has only just begun,